No matter what part of this little suburb I would stand in, I'd look around and I ask myself, what kind of person lives here? At first glance, Pinelands doesn't seem too different to its neighboring suburbs. But spending a couple of hours walking the streets does make you realize that it does have an offbeat kind of vibe to it. What kind of people come from this place? Dust settles. I'll tell you who comes from Pinelands. To the Max, Graham Danger, El Loco Luco, and Steel Samsonite. They are known as the Allstar Funk 4. In the summer of 2004, two young Cape Town bands, War and Salt, a punk rock band, and False Pretense, a thrash metal band, both broke up at the same time. The frontman from War and Salt, Arjuna Kohlstock, and the drummer, Luke Bolus, joined forces with False Pretense frontman Graham Proctor and the bassist Neil Sinclair to form the cross-genre experimental funk rock band known as the All-Star Funk 4. Their first performance was at a small jazz cafe in Camps Bay called Dizzy's Lounge on January the 29th of 2004. This gig kicked off as the foundation concert from which the rest of the funk rock highway was paved by countless future hit shows. That led up to the launch of their first EP titled Party Rocking. Not long after the EP launch, the music video for Party Rocking, directed by Michael Matthews, was released, bringing an overnight awareness of the band and placing the hit single Party Rocking at number 1 on samp3.co.za. This success opened the gates to playing at bigger festivals and concerts, such as the 2006 Billabong Pro Surf Championship in Jeffreys Bay, as well as the Robertson Rock Festival in the same year, and the Observatory Festival in 2007. On the 11th of May 2007, the All-Star Funk 4 launched their album, Control Alternative Delete, at the Armchair Theatre in Observatory, Cape Town. The album was presented to a jam-packed venue of crazed fans who had long awaited the release of the band's first full-length CD. I had the opportunity to conduct a brief interview with the band while they were on a smoke break during the album recording at Funk Dad Studios in Camps Bay.
We wrote a lot of this stuff recently, and it really represents where we are as a band at the moment. So I'm just excited to get the CD out and get people knowing these songs and playing these songs to people.
We've been practicing a lot harder for this album. I think the songwriting has got better by a million times. Like, we really worked hard at all the tracks and did a lot of pre-pro, and also the whole method of recording, we actually did it all at once. That album we did so spaced out. We did it over like a couple of months, and we were like spaced out.
We definitely all like different types of music, and it just all links up in its own weird way at the end, so, which makes it more interesting.
We had like 7 different snare drums to choose from, and this really nice Pacific kit to get a really nice drum sound. So the drums are tuned to perfection and everything just sounded really good.
In October 2007, the band set off on their first local tour. The 3 spots they hit were George, Grahamstown, and Plettenberg Bay. George is a town on the eastern coast which is rich in South African heritage. Grahamstown is a small town that is pretty much run by the many students that live, study, and party there. Plettenberg Bay is a coastal village that seems like a quiet haven, ideal for retirement, but in summer it is transformed into a manic party paradise for high school graduates. In this tour, known as the Joint Tour, the All-Star Funk 4 were accompanied by their friends, the Cape Town band, The Plastics. The All-Stars and The Plastics played at Stone's nightclub in George. There were some mixed reviews from the locals, but all in all it was a good kickstart to the tour. What I felt was most important on the night was that both bands shared a mutual harmony and a frame of mind, enhancing their friendship and preparing themselves for what may have been their most explosive performance to date.
we're doing things a little bit differently tonight. Now, these guys have only just driven into town, which is why they're swinging through at, what is it now, 2 minutes to 7 o'clock. You're listening to Rose Music Radio, and we have with us the Allstar Funk 4. How's it going, guys?
Tucked away in the heart of the town was the old jail backpackers. The jail was built in 1825 and was actually a prison. 3 of us, staying in a small cell with 2 single beds, found it really hard to believe that the same cell would have held 25 grown men, spending their sentences sleeping on the cold concrete floors and on top of each other. That was a scary thought to go to bed with. But being as drunk as we were at the end of the night, it pretty much didn't matter what our last thoughts were, or where we slept. Not only was this prison our accommodation for the night, but it was also the venue for the Old Jail Weekend Music Festival, where the All-Stars blew the minds, souls, and possibly even the eardrums of many anxious fans. It was wicked.
That was probably the craziest night. I think that's where we all partied the hardest, played the hardest, and had the most fun.
Yeah, my favourite show was the Grahamstown show. There were a lot of people, a lot of support, which is good.
Other shows were cool, but Grahamstown was the most organised out of the 3. So, and also the crowd just went wild.
Pretty much the whole thing was a bit of a highlight, you know, especially Grahamstown. That was just one of the kiffest nights I've had the whole year.
Thank you, Grahamstown.